Hello, wonderful people. I'm Gail Cruz from Wonderbot Animals. And here is a biker rescues a dog from ex-owner after witnessing this. Before we begin, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification button for more amazing videos. While you might think that American bikers are tough and they do live life on the edge, we must all remember that they're humans just like everybody else, and they have feelings and are part of our community. Brandon Turnbow has been riding all of his life, but even though he has his friends and father by his side, he always felt that something else was missing. Little did he know that riding his bike to have some tires changed would end up with him changing his life. Everything changed one day when Brandon and his dad saw something strange on the side of the road. Brandon was riding on the highway and he was going to meet his father, who was also a biker. As they were riding together to change the tire on Brandon's bike, his father shouted something about a white van. While there seemed to be nothing wrong with his car, here's when Brandon's eagle-eyed dad saw something unusual in that car. While they did see the taillights on, they also spotted some movement inside. Out of curiosity, the men that already passed by the truck decided to turn around and get closer. The car was parked on the side of the road. Nothing weird or suspicious, right? As they get closer, they notice something moving in the back seat. Brandon turned his bike around and decided to take a closer look. It was summer outside, and you can only imagine how hot that car was. Something had to be done quickly, as whatever was in that car was clearly dehydrated. Thinking he would have a chat with the owner, he got closer to the truck. We can definitely say that Brandon's day wasn't normal at all. As he approaches the car, he notices something moving inside the car and realizes it has to be a dog. Considering the hot weather outside, he could only imagine how much hotter it was inside. He and his dad wouldn't go there without taking the pup out of the car. The biker knew that the puppy had no way to help himself, and he did what everyone would do in that situation. He stopped his motorcycle on the side of the road and went to have a talk with the dog's owner. But he was nowhere to be seen, so he started to look for something that would help him break one of the windows. Wondering if that was the right thing, to break into someone's car, and also saying that there was no other way, the men had to act quickly. Brandon looked for a hard object in the back of the truck and finally found something that would help him break the window to get the puppy out. We can hear his dad asking if he's sure he wants to do that, as the owner might be close or even watching them. But if he was indeed closer, he would have rushed to tell the guys that he was close by and ensure them that the dog was inside for only a couple of minutes. Nobody came, and more than 5 minutes passed. But Brandon already decided that he'd do everything in his power to take the pup out of the heated car. He leans back, and with all of his strength, he's ready to break the truck's window when his father yells, "Stop!" Seconds later, he tells him something rather strange. What the two men hadn't tried so far was to try to open the door. So, before breaking the window, Brandon's dad said, "Have you tried to open the door?" In all that panic of letting the dog out of the hot car, nobody looked for the obvious solution, and Brandon tried to see if the car was really unlocked. Believe it or not, the car was unlocked. No need to break the window and risk covering the pup in glass. Then he grabs the puppy out of the hot car. The little pooch was barely hanging on. He gives him water and then comes up with a plan. The thirsty puppy couldn't get enough of that water. It looked like he was trapped in that car for most of the day. But Brandon knew that this wasn't the end of the story. Would he give the pup back to his owner? And most importantly, where was he? Brandon ends up making an important decision. Brandon knew that he couldn't leave the little doggy alone, and he put it on his bike. The dog was a Jack Russell, and Brandon was determined to find him a home. What happens next is incredible. Brandon took the dog to his home to give him some delicious food and a clean bath. The dog was finally safe. But that's not all. Brandon was finding it difficult to find an adoptive home for the Jack Russell. People don't usually adopt older dogs. However, something amazing happened during the time that Brandon was trying to find a home for the small doggy. After spending a couple of days together, Brandon fell in love with the Jack Russell. He was no longer trying to find an adoptive home for him because he knew that the doggy is his new co-pilot. Brandon didn't know what the doggy's name was and decided to give him a new one. The biker decided to name the dog Harley. The reason why? It's simple. Brandon was riding his Harley-Davidson motorcycle when he rescued the little dog from his abusive owner. The most amazing thing about Harley is the fact that he loved to ride with Brandon. Most dogs get scared by the loud noise of a motorcycle, but Harley doesn't. We think it's safe to say that Harley is an appropriate name for him. We don't even want to imagine what kind of life Harley lived before Brandon rescued him, but if there is one thing that we can be sure about, then it has to be the fact that Brandon is going to love him and provide him a good life. These two are a great pair, and even though they found each other in bad circumstances, all that matters now is that they have each other. Brandon and Harley are going to have lots of fun adventures, and there is no doubt about that. Doesn't this story change your opinion about bikers? Brandon showed the entire world that bikers are not bad guys and that they will always put their own lives in danger in order to help others. We have to give praise to Brandon for stopping his bike and helping out the poor Jack Russell who was getting abused by his owner. Not just that, but Brandon went above and beyond when he adopted Harley. Let's hope that Brandon and Harley go on lots of fun rides, especially since Harley needs all the love in the world because his previous owner mistreated him.